Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Coins Reaction Zone and the finale of Season 2 of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And the first finale of our first series of Scooby-Doo. So last episode was called Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Werewolf, where we had like a green-skinned werewolf that was terrorizing this kind of sawmill area. The Scooby Gang went to this mill, they discovered the werewolf, and throughout the episode they discover that there's a sheep rustling operation, which is basically shearing the sheep and then throwing them in barrels, scooting them across the river to sell on the black market. First time we've ever seen really weak villain type stuff. Like previous episodes were like diamonds and pearls and gold, but sheep and sheep wool was pretty funny of a premise to me. Still an interesting episode. I rated it a 6 out of 10 because I love Shaggy's kind of no-nonsense attitude of just making jokes about how Scooby-Doo has been established of like, yeah, we gotta split up, and come on, we gotta show Daphne, Velma, and Fred what's happening or else they're not gonna understand it. And that kind of stuff was pretty fun because that's just how it's been portrayed so far as they establish these characters and kind of go back and forth on their development of Shaggy knowing what kind of show he's in finally and making those kinds of jokes. So I rated this one a 6 out of 10 like I said, and the statistics. Shaggy and Scooby got yet another episode with property damage. Shaggy bringing his total up to 721.67 and Scooby up to 871.67. No weird food for this episode at all. So the only time we've had weird food was episode 4, unless there's any in this finale episode. So I might have to connect it with season 3 since that'll be a longer episode. So I've always rated episodes with no suspects as lower than episodes with suspects because it's less fun. But I still enjoyed Shaggy's comedy and Scooby and Shaggy's cute moments. So that's why I rated it a 6 out of 10. And this one, finally, is the finale of Season 2 in our first ever series of Scooby-Doo. It's called Don't Fool with the Phantom, 8th and final episode. It was released on October 31st, 1970. I was going to even it out by releasing October 31st and October 31st, but I'm trying to go through these episodes pretty quick, which is why I'm doing 3 on Monday and then 3 on Wednesday. So this is going to be a 4th bonus one on Monday, just to finish off second season to make it even. And this was written by Lars Byrne, Tom Dagenos, Bill Lutz, and directed by Hanna-Barbera. Oh, and then some fun trivia. Last regular use of a chase song until a pup named Scooby-Doo. That's interesting. And this is also the final Scooby-Doo episode to use Charlie Douglas's full laugh track. After the series ended, Hanna-Barbera, presumably to cut costs, would use a 10 limited track for all subsequent Scooby-Doo incarnations through 1980.
Ruby, Fred and Daphne.
Kind of like a dance competition, okay.
On the Johnny Sands Dance Game Show, here's Shaggy and Scooby-Doo and their puppy twist.
Johnny Sands Game Show, so he's probably going to be our first suspect since he's the main character.
Well, it is original, and they might just win the dance contest.
Except for one thing, Mr. Stevens.
What's that?
And then Mr. Stevens. So we got 2 suspects already.
Hey, what was that?
Scooby-Doo!
Here we go. Oh wow, that phantom looks cool, like a glowing kind of figure.
Johnny's famous for his publicity stunts, but this tops everything.
Wow, destroyed the set immediately. They didn't even hear it.
It was awful. Come on, Johnny. The publicity
Open up the shade.
It wasn't a publicity stunt. Like, what's happening? The lights went out, and all I can remember is the Wax Phantom. The station has been receiving threatening notes signed the Wax Phantom. Several years
Wax
ago,
Bandit.
a wax figure maker named Grisby on a show, and then canceled him.
Wax Bandit, Grisby.
This eccentric old
So Grisby is also gonna be a
to learn
villain.
one of his wax creations from the Wax Museum.
The safe was robbed. Mr. Stevens could have been taken as a hostage.
Yes, except for one.
So we actually have 3 suspects this episode. We have Mr. Grisby, Johnny Sands, and Mr. Stevens.
Look, wax footprints.
And look where they go. That's a good trick. The tracks stop at the window, and we're 10 stories up.
I think I'm gonna knock off Mr. Grisby since I think he's too obvious of a bad guy for his wax museum creepiness. So I think it's either gonna be Johnny Sands or Roger Stevens. Johnny Sands known for his publicity stunts, but I think he's obvious too. So I think I'm gonna guess Mr. Stevens, the older guy that talked to them first.
Okay then. Merry Christmas.
Hope he appears again, or else that'll be awkward.
Come on, you guys. Don't be so.
Oh, his house looks like the house from the opening. Maybe that's how they set it up. In another jump on Velma kind of joke. That's Mr. Grisby. Yeah, he's obviously too weird. He can't be the bad guy. He's huge though. He's tall.
Nice place you have here, Mr. Grisby.
Looks like Mom's stew. Huh? I've heard of bubblegum, but bubble goes stew? Ridiculous. You saw the Wax Phantom, eh?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then my black magic is working to exact the revenge I promised.
I love the skeleton wave back.
I didn't believe in the foolish old waxmaker's black magic, eh, Wax Phantom?
I don't get it. The door's locked.
Yeah, and the mystery machine.
Yeah, they got stuck in the wax machine area.
No, our friends need
Shaggy was the one that offered to split up. Oh, Shaggy going through the window. He did that in the first episode of the season.
Well, almost nothing. Let's find the window, Scoob.
Oh, Scooby Snack.
Wait.
Wow, they really dumped. Okay. Okay, that's a lot. I'm just gonna label it as split one box together. It didn't look like a full box, but I'm still gonna put it as that just to make it easy for me. 104, which is one box, split between both of them, which is 52 each.
Monster display. Hey, what's that on the floor?
Speedy airline ticket.
Airline ticket. It is an airline ticket.
To South America.
Somebody must have accidentally dropped it.
Like somebody or something.
Anyway, it's real and it's a clue.
And there might be more clues around.
Just to South America, that's all we know? Okay. Yep. Fred, Daphne, and Velma got trapped yet again.
What'd you find?
A big bag of money.
A lot of it.
Looks like a big bag of money like last
I'd say it's a
episode.
valuable clue.
Sure.
Okay, so somebody has a big bag of money from the TV station that's...
Makes me so mad.
Velma, you
I don't know
did
where they
it.
got it from. Probably embezzling or something.
Yes, and found a way out. You stepped on a secret door.
Using my temper and finding a way out.
How about that? Let's go.
Well, she did get stuck in the trapdoor last time.
But where?
Zoinks! I'd say over there at that ventilator. Come on, let's take a peek.
Shaggy and Scooby and the wax phantom.
Oh, wow.
Like, I know this sounds silly, but what are we doing in the waxworks?
You will soon become wax dummy.
But we're already
Oh,
dummies,
wow.
Scoob.
Also, another ghost that talks after a while. Faking like they're dummies. Gonna get dipped in wax. That's full on asking for death. That reminds me of One Piece, Mr. 5, with his wax candle kind of thing. This is obviously a little bit worse since it's dumped in the hot wax and not just the candle, just slowly turning them into. Daphne immediately stopped the lever with a rope connected to it. That's lucky.
It was nice of old Fanny to break our fall.
Wow, immediately untied the rope too when they hit him.
Like I was afraid he'd say that.
I wish the wax person would make more, would talk more. That was one of my favorite episodes was in Redbeard, whenever Full-On was chatting with them and stuff. Went to the waxworks because Fred tricked them into going down there, and of course the Phantom's down there. So trap is being set up.
I hope this will hold him.
Here we go, let's see if it'll hold. Oh, nice job, Velma. From the top ropes, giant crate.
Here, Shaggy. As soon as he unbraced himself, ready?
And he broke himself pretty good, so whoever's under there is definitely strong. Has to be Mr. Stevens, though. He's the only one with that build, and he's the only one we haven't seen after the destruction of the set.
Lead him through the showers for his wax job, Shaggy.
They're lucky that the wax wasn't hot. That would have
You were
sucked.
supposed to be in on this.
Actually, no, it is hot. Oh my gosh, that's burning them alive, basically.
Capture the wax phantom. But who's who?
How long did it take to dry? That's kind of crappy.
And the big one's the Phantom, whom they so artistically captured.
Gotta chisel them out.
And now for the unwaxing. Oh, now, Mr. Wax Phantom. time
Yeah,
to find
Mr.
out who
Stevens.
You really are.
Hey, you're chipping him down to regular size.
Mr. Roger Stevens.
There you go. Oh, his name is Robin.
And I wish you'd have minded your own business.
Well, in this case, it's police business. Like we thought old Waxy was really a ghost. Or at least old Grisby was behind it.
No, Shaggy, that's just what Stevens wants us to think.
Yep.
While he escapes to South America with all the money he embezzled.
Oh, embezzling the money. Okay, that's why you had a big bag of money.
To life.
An airplane ticket.
Then Grisby would be blamed for everything.
Including Stevens' disappearance. I'll take him now, kids. Thanks.
That was a quick ending.
Our wax statue's the greatest.
Just what are you fellas going to do with those wax dummies you made?
Like simple. Next time we have a mystery, those dummies can go instead of us.
There's only one problem.
That's pretty
How to tell
funny.
one pair of dummies from the other.
Those wax dummies look pretty good, though.
Very funny.
Alright, and that was the season 2 finale and the end of the first series of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? So, kind of a basic episode, to be honest. Not really much happened. It was interesting having the first time with 3 named suspects. Whenever we usually have another suspect, they're usually not named or they disappear. Kind of a basic one, embezzling money, going to South America from the set. But overall, not a bad one. Mr. Stevens was the bad guy. Mr. Grisby was a creepy suspect that did wax museum work, and they kind of spent most of the time at his house. And then we also had Johnny Sands, who was a game show host. Daphne and Fred danced there, and that's what happened. Just so happens that a mystery happened while they were on that show. I was curious, though, of what they would have won if they won anything, and also how many other people were on that show. Would have been interesting to see. For me, though, I think I'm going to rate this episode a 4.5. I think it's better than Night with a Frozen Fright, but I think it's also kind of a slow episode. Not really much happened, and it didn't really have much oomph, I guess you could say. But the 3 suspects thing was definitely interesting, which is why it goes above that. Mr. Stevens, as the wax monster, did have a couple scenes where they actually chatted with them, and just the sheer strength of him was really cool to see. In a couple of funny moments that I really enjoyed. Also, Shaggy and Scooby split a box of Scooby Snacks again, which was 52 each. So Shaggy in season 2 at 157 Scooby Snacks eaten, and Scooby at 58. First time in the series of what I've reacted to so far where Shaggy has more Scooby snacks eaten than Scooby, which is pretty cool. Which also makes Shaggy really closing down on Scooby's league across the entire series. Shaggy ends both seasons at 268 and Scooby at 286, which is really cool. But then unlike the last 5 episodes of the show, Shaggy and Scooby had no property damage at all, and Fred ends at $20 for the season, Daphne at 0, Velma at 216.67, Shaggy at 721.67, and Scooby at 871.67. Scooby is still in the lead for property damage. No weird food this episode, so I'm just gonna make the season 3 one and probably connect it together since it's gonna be a longer episode. And that will be the 300 subscriber special. Ending season 2 weird food was in episode 4, corn on the cob a la chocolate syrup. So a nice easy thing to do, just one piece of corn on the cob, dipped in chocolate syrup, job done. So that's going to do it for me for Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And these 4 episodes for Monday. We end off season 2 of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? At a 5.75 average score across all 8 episodes, with rounded up will be a 6. So both seasons of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Are 6 out of 10, so pretty good so far. There was a lot that I did enjoy. Of course, my favorite episode across this first series was Go Away Ghost Ship, which was with Captain Redbeard, which I rated a 7.5. My lowest scoring episode was A Gaggling of Galloping Ghosts, which was also fun. In fact, the first example of the Meddling Kids catchphrase first appearance, which I rated a 3.5. I will probably go through, I might make a tier list later on across the first 5 series or something like that of favorite episodes, and maybe change my ratings then like I did whenever I did K-pop scores. Might do that whenever I do a tier list of maybe the first couple series would be fun. That's going to do it for me for this series of Scooby-Doo. Next Wednesday will be the starting of the new Scooby-Doo movies. So technically the first season of the new Scooby-Doo movies was attached to Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? As the 3rd season, but based off chronologically and what I saw on the wiki, they were by themselves. And season 1 is 16 episodes and season 2 is 8 episodes. So the same as Where Are You? So it's going to be another short season as we move forward with Scooby-Doo. So I'm really excited and I really enjoyed these past 25 episodes. I think they're really fun. I'm interested to see how I'm going to feel for the next 420 with how I have on the show right now currently airing. The last episode of Scooby-Doo was aired on October 1st, 2021. And that was episode 428. And we still have several movies to go through. Our first movie is not until 1979, so tune in for that as well. I will be reacting to those as they come up in release order, so we won't see a movie until we get into the 3rd series of the show, which is going to be the Scrappy-Doo era. Or no, 4th series is the Scrappy-Doo era. Thank you everyone for watching and have a great day.